Hey there, everybody. This is Carrie Hamblen, the CEO and president of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce, coming to you again with another Zoom chat, a benefit to our members of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce. And today we have Alan Morgan, who is the Solar Energy Systems Advisor and Director of Residential and Commercial Business and Market Development. Holy cow, Alan, for Solar Smart Living, one of our longtime members of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce. You've got a long title there, my friend.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff to pack in there. So
Yeah, absolutely. But it's so good to see your face again. Got to see you at our Green Drinks at Amaro Winery in September. So it's lovely to see you again. And my goodness, Solar Smart Living and the solar industry has a really busy weekend this weekend, but we'll get to that in just a minute. But if you will, tell us a little bit about Solar Smart Living and what services you all provide and how long you've been in existence. I mean, because it's been quite a while.
yeah, Solar Smart Living started in 2007. It was founded by Larry Perea, who's the president, and he's also been a long active member of the Las Cruces community. And it's grown a lot. I mean, we have an office in Las Cruces, we have an office in East El Paso, and then we have our main office in Santa Teresa. So we try to stay very present. We are definitely a hardcore local solar company. Don't have any aspirations to move out of this area because we want to take care of our customers here. So
yeah, that's what's always good is when your solar company stays around, isn't it?
Yes, very, very true.
Yes.
And we've expanded a lot. You know, we don't just do solar anymore. We do battery storage. We are representative for 3 different lithium ion batteries. We also do EV charging. We do mini split HVAC systems and other energy and sustainable technologies to basically help people not only produce energy, but use it more wisely. Because that's kind of our philosophy, is to help people be a little bit more independent.
Right. And the splits, that's becoming more popular, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're 40% more efficient than central air systems. And if you have the right kind, no ducting, so it's clean air.
Yeah, and you can cool one room if you're not going to be in the other room for hours, and so that's really smart. A lot of folks I know are getting splits because it makes it a lot more practical for what they're doing. So good for you for expanding. That's absolutely fantastic. And with the service, you know, during the pandemic, I'm talking about this with a lot of our businesses and members. Is, you know, during the pandemic, all of you had challenges as a business. However, the solar industry was deemed essential during that time by our governor. So you had offices, and you have offices in El Paso and office here in Las Cruces. How did you navigate that stuff during the pandemic?
We basically, you know, we hold our customers' safety paramount. So we just embraced the situation, and we wore masks to all of our installations. And when we communicated with customers, you know, we had our masks. But on the sales side, we had no trouble, you know, using things like Zoom or Google Meets. And for me, it was easy because I had always been doing that. I was very familiar with it. So, you know, talking to people in a virtual meeting was second nature. And none of our team had any trouble making that transition. So we even held all of our office meetings, our weekly office meetings on Google Meets, and did everything remotely.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get back into the office, I think, until, you know, early part of this spring this year. So none of us had any contact outside of the operations team, which was out there doing all the installs.
Did you find that, I mean, a lot of folks were home, and so we saw reports of like anything having to do with home improvement kind of sales going up. Did you all have that experience as well?
Yeah, especially in our secondary products like the HVAC and, you know, pool heaters and all that stuff. People were still concerned about those things.
Yeah.
And solar, I think the whole industry as a whole kind of took a hit from it, but, you know, the demand was still there. I mean, people still wanted to make improvements on their home, which is natural. They were home all the time. You know, they were like, oh my gosh. And, you know, we put out a blog post talking about how people's electric bills went up because they were staying at home more often and what contributed to it. And so we were aware of what was going on. And I think a lot of people were sitting there scratching their head thinking, oh my gosh, my electric bill's a lot higher now. I need to start thinking about solar, because they're all at home. You know, it's not because El Paso Electric all of a sudden started charging more. It was because they were using more,
Yeah.
and then the lights started going on
Right.
figuratively.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm so glad that there were so many of our small brick and mortar businesses that were impacted by this. And as we slowly start getting back to the new normal, folks are figuring things out. And I think one of the keys was to make sure that you adapt and be really flexible
Yep.
in terms of how you operate your business. And that's what makes, I think that's where we've seen the successes. With that, you talk about electronic vehicles, so EV charging, and that's one of the two events that you have. Well, you have multiple events coming up this weekend. It's a nutty weekend for you in the fall, but there's an EV event happening in downtown Las Cruces this weekend that you're going to be part of, and then there's also a solar tour that you're going to be part of. So tell us about the EV event, and then we'll talk about the solar tour because I'm really interested in that as well.
Yeah, the EV event is being put on by the local electric vehicles chapter that serves all of Las Cruces and El Paso.
We have an electric vehicles chapter?
We do, and it's an association that has its chapter here, and it's all of the EV owners. I bet you there's a lot of people don't even know about it.
Yeah.
But anybody that has an electric vehicle can actually register on that chapter and get involved. If they want to hear more about it, just come to the event on Saturday. It's going to be at the Plaza downtown, and we're going to be there talking about EVs and energy efficiencies and things like that.
And what time is it on Saturday?
That's from 9 to 1.
Okay, so you'll be there in partnership with the farmers market.
Right next to it, actually, so that's going to be kind of neat because the farmers market will be going on, so people will be shopping. They can come by and learn more about electric vehicles and energy and sustainability and how they can have that lifestyle and make a difference. Because really there's nothing more fun than driving an electric car when your gas station is the sun, and it just changes your perspective on sustainability. It really does.
Are you finding that because more and more folks are able to get electric vehicles that the prices are starting to come down? Because it's really an accessibility issue. There are a certain group of people who make a certain amount of money who are able to afford it. And ultimately, when there's more demand for it, the price comes down. Are you finding that you're starting to see that trend?
Well, supply and demand is always an issue. But I honestly think that even if more and more people start buying EVs, if anything, the price is going to stabilize rather than go down. I know Tesla is working on, trying to bring those costs down, and other companies are doing the same thing. But it is extremely affordable. I mean, you can buy a used electric vehicle for anywhere between 10 and 15,000. It's not impossible to find good deals out there.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that are selling used Teslas, for instance, that are just a little under market. So, and those things hold their value. And that's one thing that I'm learning is like I have a plug-in hybrid, one of those Honda Clarities, and its value's holding. And I've already put like 30,000 miles on that car.
That's amazing. And once you drive a car off the lot, that value drops significantly.
Yeah, but it's holding. It went down for a little while, but it's holding steady now, and it's because they're reliable. I mean, it's just a different technology, and it is a lot cheaper to maintain than having a gas.
Right. And no emissions. No emissions.
Exactly.
Well, so that's going to be great. So if people are interested about electronic vehicles, they'll be able to go down and get information from people who own them firsthand, who have to do, if there's any maintenance, very little, all of that stuff. And so that's taking place this Saturday at the farmers market from 9 to 1 o'clock. And we'll post all that information in the text. The other thing that you have that I didn't know about was the solar tour that is actually a national movement from the American Solar Energy Society. And they have them in communities all over the country. Mm-hmm. And so working with businesses like yours to help show people in the community, like folks' homes, not some big elaborate installation with bells and whistles that is trying to show off everything, but it's like legitimate solar setups in homes, and you get to talk to the people who own them. So tell us about the tour.
Well, it's a national event. It's been put on for many, many years. In fact, I was involved in it long before I even started working at Solar Smart Living. And it's great because it gives homeowners that own solar on their homes the opportunity to show off their system. So, having solar is a huge investment, as you know, and it makes a huge difference, not only to your finances, but to the world and the environment. So it's something you should be proud of. And, the National Solar Tour was designed to basically encourage people to sign up, post their little open house on the website on either Saturday or Sunday, and they can do it for half an hour, or they could do it all day if they want to. And I've done it a couple times by setting a table out in front of my house, putting out lemonade and cookies and the tent, and just sitting out there and answering questions, because people do come by, they want to know. Everybody hears about solar. I mean, all of us at some point or another have had somebody knock on our door and try to sell us solar. So it's not like we're unfamiliar with it.
Right.
But a lot of us still don't know what it's like to have it. And when you get to go to someone's house who actually has solar, and they can show it to you and all the other things that they've done, it really helps. And what the solar tour has actually done is it's actually expanded to the point that it now includes, giving people the opportunity to talk about electric vehicles if they have one, or to show off if they have a battery, or even if they're doing things like composting, or if they have a vegetable garden, or if they have a water filtration system. It's like all these improvements that you can do to your home that makes it more sustainable and resilient. And that's what they're doing, and it's just exciting, and we love participating every year. And myself and Jim and a whole bunch of people from our office take advantage of it. We do it on an individual basis, not so much as a company, because we're proud of our systems.
That's fantastic. I will certainly do that in the future. We've had the good fortune of being able to put a solar system on our roof, but also we have the recycled jean material blown in our attic. We have double pane, energy efficient windows, and our house is wrapped in 3 inches of styrofoam because it's a cinder block house. And so we've created this energy envelope, right?
Yeah.
And so I'll certainly sign up for something in the future.
Oh my gosh, you should. And you
can
brag to your heart's content, because it is something to be proud of.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited about it. So I appreciate that. But we'll have the information on the tour, because on the website you can actually look up what houses in our area are participating, and also sign up. So you still have time to sign up to the solar tour if you want to go to the website that you'll see in the content, and be a part of that. I know that we have a lot of folks who are supporters of the Green Chamber who do what they can to make sure that their homes are energy efficient, and also start composting and water systems and all sorts of stuff. So I'd really love to see how the Green Chamber, we can actually kind of capitalize on that in the future, and highlight all of our folks who are part of the National Solar Tour. So that might be something you and I can talk about at another time. Yeah, well, so you've got a busy weekend in store for you. So you'll be at the farmers market on the Plaza, actually, on Saturday, and then also be opening up your house for the solar tour
and
the weekend as
then
well.
Solar Smart Living's got the home show at the El Paso Convention Center on Sunday. So we've just got all kinds of stuff going on. It's just the first weekend of October is always super, super busy.
Yeah.
There is no shortage of events, whether you got kids in school doing some kind of marching band or soccer tournament or whatever. It seems like everybody's got something to do that first weekend of October.
Yeah. Well, I know that you'll have at least some opportunities for relaxation after that, and working hard all weekend.
There's a farmers market.
Yes, and get some homemade bread and some produce, and do some shopping for some folks. And so, thank you so much. We'll put all of this information. If you'd like to talk to Alan about the services that Solar Smart Living provides, including splits, including EV chargers, and heaters for pools and solar systems, I'll have his contact information in there. And Alan, it was so lovely talking with you, and get to see you, and hopefully I'll be seeing you again soon. Maybe I'll see you over the weekend. And so
just have, if people want to come, they can always come by and see our showroom on Loman. They're right next to the Jiffy Lube, and we have a lot of our products here they can take a look at and get to talk to somebody in person, in a very low pressure environment.
Yeah, that you are. You guys are very low pressure, and it was really great to do a ribbon cutting for you a couple of years ago when you opened your office.
We still have a picture of that on our front door.
Nice. That's great.
Well, again.
Oh, absolutely, Alan. Thank you. We'll have all of your contact information in the text. Thank you. Good luck this weekend. I know you'll be very busy, but I know that you're going to make a lot of great connections out in the community.
Hey, thanks a bunch for your support.
Anytime, Alan. Take care.
Take care.